Talk 1340 WJRW. John Gonzalez, MLive.com, the Grand Rapids Press, and the Going Gonzo radio show. Weekdays at 1 o'clock. This show brought to you by Mercantile Bank. Visit mercbank.com to find out how you can take your business to the next level. Mercantile Bank here to get you there. And Judy, our producer, you're there in Grand Rapids. I'm here in Frankfort, Michigan, overlooking the beautiful Crystal Lake. I'm at Chimney Corners Resort. It's part of my little vacation, I guess you want to call it. Some people might say it's a vacation. Someone said on M Live, Judy, that's a job, Gonzo, just walking around, going around the state of Michigan and checking things out. That's a real job. I want that job. Well, you know what? It is a lot of work. Believe it or not, I've got to do all these things and then write and videos and photos. Okay, I'm not going to try to convince you. It's really an easy job. It's a lot of fun. Chimney Corners Resort here in Frankfort. I'm with the owners, Jim and Mary Rogers, and thanks for letting me come out and enjoy this beautiful place.
It's our pleasure, John. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, it really is. I was out here last week for a quick little lunch stop. And by the way, let me just say, you guys have incredible fish tacos.
Thank you.
I had a great lunch here, and I'm glad to be back. I think the theme of yesterday's show, from this Experience Michigan, being in Benzie County, was kind of the things that are new to Frankfort area and Benzie County. But when you look at some of the things that have been here forever, Chimney Corners Resort has been here a few years, wouldn't you say?
1935.
That's a few years.
That is a few years.
And how long have you guys been involved?
We've been here almost over 20 years now.
Yeah.
But I was born and raised here, and it was my parents and grandparents that ran this previously. And so now it's Mary and I for the last 20 years.
Yeah, and Jim, being raised here and this is just home for you.
This is home, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We have a place down in Florida, but this is home. This is where we went to school, where our kids go to school.
Right. And in that sense, to be able to take somewhere you grew up and make it, your business as well, must be a joy every day.
Yeah, it's very rewarding. It has its trials, it has its tribulations, it has its challenges, but
right.
But in the long run, it's very rewarding.
And Mary, I guess for you, this resort is more. It's probably just your life, right? It's not like day job, night job. It's just your job, right?
It's a 24-hour-a-day job.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a job that keeps on giving.
Well, you have some time off in the wintertime.
We do. We have a wonderful winter schedule where we can enjoy the kids. But no, during the summer we don't kind of our life and our job kind of all become one. So it's not like we have a time where we turn on and turn off. It just kind of, we go through the day. We have the fortune of knowing many, many of our guests who have been coming for years and years. And so it's really it's almost not like working. I mean, it's just what we do. And it's something that we've carried it on for years and years, and you can't beat it. It's a great place to be and work and enjoy, and sometimes we get a little jealous of all those people that get to come and enjoy more than we do during the summer.
Right.
But we try to make our time. So.
Well, here this resort has been here, as you mentioned, several years. But it's a different kind of resort, right? I mean, you come in here, it's very laid back. I think I saw someone on the computer last week, but that's probably a rarity, right?
Well, we did get internet a couple of years ago, and that has become a little bit more popular because people like to stay somewhat connected.
Somewhat, right?
Yes, somewhat. And but we don't have TVs in the cottages, and we don't have telephones, but everybody can connect to the internet anymore with their phones. So some people have to come and do a little work, but most of them are here just to get away from that.
Now, Jim, Mary mentioned that the families keep coming back year after year. Do you recall families that you knew when you were a kid? I mean, are they still coming back?
Absolutely. There are people that have been coming here. I am 56 years old, and there are people that have been coming here longer than I have.
Really?
Oh, yes. And it's not unusual to have, on any day, to have 3 generations on the beach at one time.
3 generations?
Absolutely. That's a daily occurrence here.
All tubing.
all tubing and paddleboarding and having a great northern Michigan experience.
Yeah, and I believe it, because you get that sense when you're here that everyone kind of knows each other. They wave, because I think it's funny that they come back the same week too every year.
Well, they've made such a connection with all the other guests, and they see each other and communicate in the off season, and it's so when they come up here, they've communicated all through the off season, and they have a lot to do when they get here, and a lot of similarities in everything and all the things they want to do here. So.
Yeah. Now, Mary, let's get back to the resort real quick here. How many rooms do you have? I see some cottages. I see some different kind of arrangements. I know that the lodge right behind us here has 8 rooms in it. So what kind of accommodations do you have?
Well, we can start with the lodge, which has 8 bedrooms upstairs. They share bathrooms. It's like a bed and breakfast.
Okay.
And then it also has a private lodge apartment, so that's 9 units that we rent during the season. And then we have cottages and we have individual apartments. Most of them all are fully housekeeping. And so technically we have 21 rentable units in addition to the main lodge. So our smallest unit is a 1-bedroom cute little bungalow cottage, and our largest is a 9-bedroom, 2-story old log cottage called Woodsmere. So we have we kind of accommodate all sorts of families, large families, small families, grandparents, etc.
Yeah, and I took a look at the rates, and I took a look at some of the accommodations there. Most people are staying here for a whole week, aren't they?
Correct. We do mostly weekly rentals during the summer months, so Saturday to Saturday, and some people stay for a couple of weeks or even more. And then during the off season, we'll do much more the long weekend type of rentals.
Jim, when does the season start going? Because I know everyone, and I was in town, I was in Frankfort this morning and early this afternoon, they were saying that, oh my gosh, 4th of July is here. It's right around the corner. Oh my, you're not going to have anywhere to move around here. But that's the official start of summer for us here in northern Michigan.
Correct. It does. That is the meat of the season, and we have what we call our shoulder seasons that are spring and fall.
Yeah.
And but really, it's the 6 weeks, the 7 weeks through July and August that are our main season. That's when we make most of our money and pay most of our bills.
Yeah. Well, I know last year you had a good year, right?
We had a fine year last year.
It seems like tourism is up everywhere in Michigan, and the signs already are this is going to be another great year. Have reservations been steady for you guys for this summer?
They've been steady, yes. Yep. We're very happy with how things are going.
And how early will you open? How late will you stay open?
We will open in May. As we clean cottages, as one gets open, we will rent it. And we have people that like to come up in the early season for a lot of different reasons for spring, and also in the late fall. We are open till almost November 1st. When I was very young, this was practically a year-round resort with 5 ski runs and rope tows and lighted ski runs. And and so we hope to someday maybe gradually move into a more of a year-long service here.
Oh, really? That would be fantastic for those that like the winter sports. Speaking of the sports, I saw some kids there, the tubing there. What other things can you do out here at Chimney Corners?
Oh, there's fishing is very good in Crystal Lake, and with this stand-up paddleboarding and kayaking, and when the wind blows, a lot of people love to go down to Lake Michigan and go surfing and jet skiing and kiteboarding and sailboarding. I mean, there's just more things to do now than ever.
I drove earlier this morning around Crystal Lake, and it's a big lake.
It's a big lake. It's 8 miles long and almost 2 miles wide at its widest point.
Yeah, I guess I just never realized how big the lake is. And how much of the lake do you guys have here? Do you know?
We have, well, at one time we had close to a quarter of a mile, and then we have made some land sales either side of that. So we're considerably less than that, but it's still quite a bit.
You have a beach area.
We do. We have approximately 700 feet, something like that, of a beach area that is commonly used, and our restaurant is right on the beach, and then we have another restaurant which we're right in front of right now. But there's a ton of things to do in Crystal Lake. There's sailing at our yacht club. There's so many more rentals now than there ever used to be. So,
Mary, real quick, we're running out of time here. But as we were talking earlier about the fish tacos I had down at the restaurant, is that restaurant just open to your guests, or is it open to the public? How does it work?
Our food service basically is open to everybody. We welcome
You have breakfast,
our
right, as well?
Yes, breakfast and lunch. We start that in mid-June. We open for breakfast and serve that through the morning, and then close down for a little bit, do our lunch, and that's open daily, 7 days a week, mid-June to Labor Day, which is mostly what we do with our food service. We have not expanded into more hours during the off season because most of our school staff or staff is school kids, and so they end up back in school.
And then you have special dinners too, like tonight, right?
We do. Tonight we're going to have our Friday night lodge buffet, which is an old traditional buffet that my mother-in-law actually started, and it has 3 or 4 entrees, starting with beef and beef tenderloin, and usually a white fish, and some kind of a chicken dish, vegetarian dish, and all sorts of wonderful salads and desserts, and so we're doing that this evening. And the nice thing is we just recently got a beer and wine license, and so we're back in that business as well.
Wow.
You can enjoy a glass of wine, look over Crystal Lake, and you can't beat it.
It is a beautiful view, no question about it. Hey, anything else that you want to add? Maybe your website or Facebook or anything like that?
Sure. We are on Facebook. It's chimneycornersresort.com is our website. Our phone number, which probably the best thing to do is look up on the internet.
Yeah.
chimneycornersresort.com, and we try to answer any kind of inquiries at all times, and if we don't answer our phone or website, usually give us 24 hours, we'll get right back to you.
And Jim, is it true that if I come here with my family that you actually unpack each car and you put all the luggage in each room, is what I heard?
Individually, and we will also offer oil change and a lube. Yes.
You guys have a great day. Thanks a lot for letting me come out here. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, John. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, John.
And continued success to both of you guys.
Enjoy your weekend.
I definitely will.